It has been quite a long time since I've gone out of my way to go and listen to Nickelback. In fact, I think, showing my age, I can actually trace that back down to the Bluetooth days where one of my friends managed to get hold of an illicit version of Rockstar and sent it to me whilst we were both giggling about how it talks about Playboy bunnies. And I'm not gonna lie, I have not really given them a serious chance ever since. They have this reputation. I don't know why, they're just one of those bands that everybody hates. And I don't know, based on my exposure, I don't really get it, if I'm honest. My housemates back when I was at university was always their die-hard champion of Nickelback. He's always like, no, but if you give this one a try and this one a try, I promise you, they're way better than people think they are. And honestly, generally speaking, I would say that I am a Weezer defender in the same kind of conversation. So I am here to look out for the little guy, even if that little guy happens to be Nickelback. And also, for the record, I think the look at this photograph meme, the look at this graph, is one of the funniest YouTube videos that ever got made. I'm going to insert it here. Look at this graph! Anyway, so about a year ago, without my knowing, Nickelback, creepy little bastards that they are, released a new album, their first album in 5 years, supposedly, which completely passed me by. And for some reason, about a year later, they just put out a brand new music video for one of the tracks on this album, Horizon. So I thought, why not? Let's dust off the old Bluetooth headset and check out what Nickelback sounds like in the year of 2023. Right, come on then, Chad, let's see what you got. They're all having such a good time. Oh, he's aged. How do you end up with a voice like that? I really want to know. I mean, it sounds like he's been sounding like that for as long as I've been aware that Nickelback is a thing, but I got to give Chad credit. No one else sounds exactly like that. I can't put my fingers on what it is. It's just like the sound of the early noughties that's all squeezed into one man. You say you wish our hearts in better timing, but something always keeps us from colliding. You know what, this is actually giving me slight vibes of the more recent Bon Jovi releases. Just in they're in front of they're obviously in like a white box studio, somebody there, and there's like, you know, a nice sky behind them, and the song seems like moderately kind of positive and kind of a bit upbeat, and they're all like, we're older and wiser now. I don't know, it's an interesting vibe. So far, nothing particularly special, but you know, I think it's just about to kick in. There it is. Those harmonies are absolutely iconic. Like, there's nothing you can take away from those harmonies. They are quintessentially Nickelback, and they work really, really well. The rest of the song, they're a good example of how well an effective power chord can be used. Yeah, it's the backings. I can't get them out of my head. I know you like the way you keep me captive. So what's it gonna take to make this happen? It really does sound like they haven't changed at all. Like, I don't know whether it's a good thing or a bad thing. I guess it depends a little bit on how much you like Nickelback in the first place, but this is absolutely just such a throwback to their early stuff. It borders on generic. I'm trying not to be too critical, but yeah, I don't know. So far, the four chords strike me as four chords I might well have heard several times before, probably in Nickelback songs. Nice little drum fill there, though. I do quite like the staccato nature of the verses, though. The sort of flowing power chords in the chorus make a nice contrast in the sort of like slightly more military style drumming. You know, there is merit there. It's the glowing flashing lights behind them. I don't know what it is. It's just so freaking cheesy. Oh. Okay. I quite like that guitar lead line that came through in the back half of that chorus then. It sort of added an extra little bit of nuance I think this whole song could really do with. I mean, there's two of them playing guitars. It feels like they need a lead line to run over most of this.
When it seems just like
again, it's still like everything's stripped back to that one little power chord that's playing on the root and like dun 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 dun. Like I don't know, it strikes me as like Sum 41, Limp Bizkit, just so much other stuff from that era, and these guys are just like, I don't know, they're holding on to it. It's pretty well achieved, if that makes sense. Like obviously these guys have been doing this for a long time. It's just so of its genre.
one of us is always holding somebody else, while one of us is hoping that nobody can tell, and the both of us
Ah, okay. I like the drop in there.
waiting on the other one to figure it out. So how long before the stars will all align? Or
It's these latter choruses, they're so much better. There's just more going on.
just chasing your love like it's just over the next horizon.
I like that lead line a lot.
Over the next horizon. Just over the next horizon.
Yeah, stare longingly into that camera. I mean, it's almost too cringy to bear, if I'm honest, but they own it so much that they kind of just get away. It kind of comes through the other side. It's all the, like, silly stuff in the background. Whoever is, like, designers, now we're going to stand in front of Tweez, and now we're going to stand in front of the universe as it explodes, and Chad stares right into your soul with his dubiously qualityed fake tan. It was fine. Is what it was. I feel like if you're a big Nickelback fan, then sure, it probably ticks a lot of the boxes. There was nothing offensive about it at all. Some of the drum fills are kind of nice, like the introduction. That he was actually putting in a shift, that drummer. He didn't like overstep the mark, but that's a good sign. But he held that together, I think, for me. The guitar was fine. It almost feels like an insult to have two of them playing those power chords, because that's what most of the songs seem to be. But then towards the end of it, after they got the bridge and they did the sort of like slight development on the choruses, they were definitely improved by having another couple of nuanced parts in there. I just wish that would carry over for more of the song. His voice is iconic. It's never going to not sound like Nickelback. Those harmonies are still tight as shit. You can't help that. They are fine. The lyrics, I'm not going to lie, he's actually kind of difficult to understand, so I didn't really understand most of what he was saying. Something about something on the horizon and it all being very hopeful and, yeah, we'll do this together, that kind of stuff. It was fine. I'm glad to see that some vampire somewhere has bitten Nickelback and they remain in the early noughties where they will probably stay until somebody sticks a stake through their hearts. Damn it, this has come so much more critical of Nickelback than I was expecting it to. I have no strong anything towards them, to be honest. I just like, look at this graph.
Look at this graph.
Let me know in the comments, are you a hardcore Nickelback fan? You and your 3 other mates, tell me whether or not this is a good example of what modern Nickelback sound like. Is this them kind of like selling out, doing more of the kind of Bon Jovi stuff at this more recent era? Let me know in the comments. Other than that, thank you very much for watching. Like, share, subscribe, all of that wonderful stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace.